Okay, it's August 8th, which means it's time for more comics. I'm going to do something different this time around. The books I've been talking about and showing aren't the only books I'm reading. There are some books that I read that I give them a tryout tryout period. Basically, I torrent them, and if I think they're good enough, I will put them on my pull list. If I don't, I just stop bothering with them. I've stopped bothering with quite a few books. I've picked up a few books, most recent being Nightwing. I mean, I picked it up basically for the Night of Owls, but before I did that, I went back and read everything, saw if it was worth my time, and I thought, yes, this is a good book. So there are some books, that I've had on my pull list that I've dropped, that I put on my torrent list, and to see if they ever get better. One of those being Amazing Spider-Man, and today 691 came out. It ends the Lizard storyline, which in all honesty has bored the crap out of me. And I think the next issue is where he gets his sidekick. So I don't see this leaving my pull list anytime soon. I hate to say it. Another one that came out this month, they're doing a bunch of stuff for the 50th anniversary of Spider-Man. It was, Sensational Spider-Man 33.1. It was okay. Nothing, excuse me, I liked Peter Parker Spider-Man 156.1 a lot better, but this was still good. The other book I also read onto DC was Before Watchman, Ozymandias. I'm not the biggest fan. I mean, it had a nice little ending with the comedian who was very awkwardly drawn, but other than that, not much stuck in my head. Batman and Robin number 12 has been okay. I'm getting like most of my DC books are Batman books, so I can't really add to it. I'm getting two or three a week. Um, and I'm not really a big fan of Damien either, so that's another reason why. But this one, I kind of like the little sub story that's been going on as Damien's trying to prove himself better than the other Robins, and each issue he'll go after one. Well, this one he was finally up to Dick, and Dick just hands him one of it because he wanted to get a trophy from each Robin. He took Jason Todd's Red Hood mask. I don't remember what he took from Tim Drake, but uh, Dick just gave him one of his sticks and said, "Look, you're wearing the R on your chest. You're Robin. You don't have to prove anything." So I liked that. I don't even remember what the main storyline was. It was some guy who, I know one of his little henchmen had a batarang through his head. There was some guy just trying to destroy Gotham, make Batman pay, which is what villains always do. But I really thought the strong point was that Damian backstory. All right, moving on to the actual comics I'm getting. This is a twofer because I forgot to get it last month. Batman Arkham Unhinged. In all honesty, this would be on my torrent list if it wasn't for the fact, because this is a digital release book first. Every week they put out a new chunk, and then once the storyline's completed, they put it out like this. If it wasn't for the fact that it's so damn hard to keep track of them with the torrents, because they don't torrent the books, they just torrent the digital releases, and there's missing chunks, I would probably put it on my torrent list. But seeing how I've found difficulty doing that, I've just resigned myself to doing this until I can find a way, because some of it's good, some of it's bad. This one, you found out about the twins from the game. That was kind of interesting. This one, I honestly don't remember what happened. So it wasn't that good, apparently. But I enjoy it because I enjoyed the game. So I'm going to put it that way. Next up, Demon Knights number 12. Those were Batman 4 and 5, sorry. But Demon Knights number 12. The final confrontation with Morgan Le Fay. You find out, King Arthur sacrificed himself amazingly. And then Etrigan's deal with the devil from a few issues ago finally comes into play, and they go to hell. And next thing we know is Zero Issue, which, if I remember correctly, is supposed to be background of Etrigan, and it's supposed to feed into the Hell storyline that's coming up. So I'm looking forward to that. I like Demon Knights. I like Paul Cornell. Next up, Batman number 12, a little one-shot. It's actually about the point of view of this brother and sister who moved to Gotham. The brother's gay, gets beat up by bullies. Sister sticks up for him. She's a handyman with the city, works in electrical grid, and she winds up running into some things that Batman does. And she doesn't really think about it. And then Batman saves her and her brother from the bullies, and then she becomes obsessed. It's cool. Nice little story. Scott Snyder, I enjoyed it. The art makes you think there's going to be a big battle, some electrical villain on the cover. Well, there's not. But it was a nice story, but I don't know, it didn't really top Night of the Owls. And then I know next month is the Zero issue. Then after that comes the Joker's Return. So I mean, I've got a lot to look forward to in that title. Just Batgirl number 12. Nicely tied up the Nightfall villain, their first arc. It says they're going to, fight against Batwoman. Couple pages, then they join forces, because that's what they do. The best part, though, is you find out that Barbara's brother, Jim Gordon Jr., James Jr., has been orchestrating some of the problems she's been facing. And I mean, I'm a big fan of James Gordon Jr. as a character. Scott Snyder built him up great, and I think that Gail Simone's going to continue with that. Next up is Captain America and Iron Man number 365. It's okay. It finishes the storyline. You find out more a little. You see more of the secret organization that's being introduced, which kills me. I really don't like that. And then, other than that, the reason to get this book is whoever Cap's paired up against. Like him and Hawkeye, when they were paired together, was their banter, and that was fun. Cap and Iron Man, their witty banter with each other was fun. Iron Man says, "I can save the world in 5 minutes." He saves the world, and Cap just looks at him and says, "Took you longer." So, I mean, I enjoy that. Otherwise, eh. Next up is New Avengers number 29. Last month's issue was great, a little standalone. This one, not so much. This one actually takes place before what's currently going on in Avengers vs. X-Men. Namor appears in this as the Phoenix Five, but he's not now. So I honestly think they could have switched this with maybe last month. I think it was last month when he lost the powers. Either that or the month before. I think pretty sure it was last month. But anyways, they could have switched that, but they didn't, which I felt like was a stupid move on their part. That's just my opinion. Anyway. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me get back to this real quick. Sorry. The cool thing about this, though, is there's a little bit between Captain America, and Namor. Captain America calls the Illuminati together, and they all meet. And Cap wants Namor to join him. Wants to come to the meeting. A little subpart was between Professor X and Iron Man, because Professor X is reading all their minds, can't help it, and they all kind of blame him for what the X-Men are doing, and he blames himself, and he storms out, and he's really mad at himself. Another cool little thing is Cap and Namor. Namor finally does show up, even though everybody says he won't. And there's this little bit where, they realize things have gone so far, they wouldn't betray each other because they're brothers in battle and whatnot, but Namor has this great line where he says, "Who would have thought we'd miss those horrible days from the war?" And it was really good at that point. I liked that little bit, but otherwise, Next up, Resurrection Man 12. I think it's got one more issue, the Zero issue. I'm really bummed to see it go. I love this book. The twist at the end of who changed Mitch into what he is, and who's been running it all along, crazy. That's all I can say. Next up, Avengers Assemble number 6. It was okay. The best part is Iron Man, the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy get surrounded by these aliens that Thanos sent to stop him. Well, little cool thing, Iron Man sends out a suit of armor. Actually, he says, I got this, chill. Jumps out of their Quinjet in space and starts fighting them. And then he gets knocked to the ground, and the Guardians of the Galaxy come out and start fighting. He's like, "No, God, calm the hell down. I got this." Why does nobody listen? All of a sudden, the armor explodes, and it turns out he put Banner in the armor. And so the Hulk was in Iron Man's armor, and then Hulk explodes out of it and just starts ripping the aliens apart. It was great. So, pick it up just for that alone. My pick of the week, however, just like last time this book came out, I think it was last time. If it wasn't that, then it was Winter Soldier. I'd have to go back and look. But anyways, just Captain America. Epting art on the cover automatically puts it up there pretty high. Just continuing the story of the Discordians. I honestly really am enjoying, because it ends with Cap getting attacked by the people, and that he's fighting to protect. And Brubaker, I love Brubaker when he does political, like superhero political stories. Like he did one story that was almost about the Tea Party, even though it really wasn't. It was about crazy people wanting to take the country back type thing. This is about how the media influences. It's an allusion to media influence in current American times. And I really enjoyed that, it's basically saying that the media has such influence that whatever they say, we just kind of take for face value. And the guy is saying Captain America's evil, the people attack him. I like it. My flashback pick of the week, however, is another Batman, Gates of Gotham. Snyder was like a little quick thing he did with Kyle Higgins. It was an amazing little thing. It was a great history of Gotham. You should definitely check that out.